Hello, and welcome to Rhapsody. This episode, The Girl Who Stands Behind, Part 1. It's the end of August, so, or at least it was recorded at the end of August. It's now September, but anyway. Yeah, that was back to school month, so I figure that we might as well end back to school month with a game that takes place in an actual school. This being Famicom Detective Club, Part 2. I'll get into a reason why we're taking a look at Part 2 first, even though we definitely haven't taken a look at Part 1. But yeah, this game, kind of in terms of my actual streaming content, or the content you're seeing right now, I've streamed this several times, and I actually have a full playthrough of this game on my channel. Actually, two of them. But anyway, I want to actually show this off again so we can actually rank this. So, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and start the episode? This is actually a game that is pretty actually very near and dear to my heart, namely for my this actual streaming channel, because this was like one of the first games that I actually ever streamed back in like February of like 2016. And I ended up doing it, what I thought was going to do in 2 sessions ended up being one long 6-hour session. We are not going to be doing that. And also I played it about, I think, a year ago. I think I also played it. So yeah, I basically do this game at least once a year. Also, there will be an episode of Hardcore Gaming 101's podcast, which... It's the top 97, I always forget the number, but it's top 47,000 games, I think, which is basically a podcast which is very similar to what this is, except rather than break it up into little chunks, they just take they do everything in one list, but in a podcast form. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that because not a whole lot of people are familiar with this, and there's a good reason behind that. So, the game we're going to take a look at tonight is Famicom Detective Club Part 2. The girl who... And this is the unfortunate thing about the game is the fact that the subtitle does not translate well into English. I believe the version that the game uses is like the girl who... Or the girl in back or something like that. But it's basically like the girl who stands behind or something like that. So there's not a really good English way of phrasing that. But yes, it will make sense once we get into the game. Also, you might be wondering, why are we taking a look at Part 2 when we have not taken a look at Part 1? That is because Part 1 isn't... well, there's 2 reasons. One, this game is actually a prequel to that game, so story-wise, this game takes place before that one. So we're not really missing anything out by doing this one first. Also, this is the only one that's available in English because there are 3 games in this franchise. This is the only one that is in English right now. And it's not even the original version of the game, which we'll get into once we actually start it, which actually might as well be right now. So just to give another, some other tidbits about it, this was done by Nintendo. It's a Nintendo game. A Nintendo R&D 1, so the team that was headed by Gunpei Yokoi, so like the Metroid team, the Kid Icarus team, basically that team at Nintendo put this out. And why don't I actually go ahead and get this started. Hopefully it is booting at the moment. So yes, the original release of this was 1989. Basically, what this was so this was originally a Famicom Disk System game. What Nintendo was doing around that time was they were making a lot of adventure games for the Famicom Disk System. I believe the first set they were doing were retellings of old Japanese. Well, here it's starting. So yes, this is Tomato and Debbie Force are the people who translated this. Tomato, Demi-Force was the one who did the majority of the translation. He's been, or I believe they've been around for quite some time. Also.
So dramatic.
This happens if you do not have a loading screen. This is basically to show that this was originally a Famicom Disk System release. Got spoilers. This isn't going to be the actual original release. But yes, Demi-Force was the main brunt, but Tomato, aka Clyde Mandolin, who has a really good Legend of Localization website, which talks about localization, they also worked on this. Also, so this is the version of this game that we're going to take a look at was released on the Super Famicom. It was released specifically for Nintendo had a lot of kind of weird distribution methods for games on the SNES. One of the more famous ones being the Satellaview, which was basically using a satellite dish to download games, kind of, if you're familiar with the Sega Channel, which came out over here. This one was the Nintendo Power. Not to be confused with the magazine that came out over here. The Nintendo Power was kind of something that was similar to the Famicom Disk System, where basically you would have a blank cartridge that you would take to the store, and they would have like a machine that you just give them the game, and it's like, oh, I want this game. And this was one of them. So we're just gonna go ahead and start.
Handy.
And yes, this is
and I checked. It seems that the translation that a lot of online goes with is the girl who stands behind.
Yes.
Which I don't think there's a convenient way to say that.
No, there isn't. Which, by the way, the Satellaview was actually the platform that the third game came out on. And also, that game had in some spots, full voice acting.
Oh, neat.
So, yes. Oh.
I do appreciate these production values. Like, it seems like decently well animated and everything.
Yeah, the art in this is actually really good. This is 98, so tail end of the Super Famicom. There's going to be one thing about, speaking of animation, that might throw some people off, and it's about to be shown very soon. Particularly if you take a look at the mouths.
Very fast.
Yes, yes.
This motor map here.
By the way, I should mention in the original Famicom Disk System release, that actually they didn't have the, like, blah, 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 mouse. They actually had, like, it was a lot slower and looked a little bit less jarring. But then again, you were also dealing with what is essentially an NES. So yes, this man wants to talk to us. Also, just to kind of say just to some of the people who worked on this, this was a Gunpei Yokoi, so the guy who created Metroid, who has a pretty interesting history if you're not familiar with him. He's more associated with Metroid, but he is also the one who would eventually create the Virtual Boy, and that led to some unfortunate things at Nintendo, or with his employment at Nintendo. He left, became then later worked with Bandai to make the Wonder Swan, and unfortunately is no longer with us because he was involved in a traffic accident that there is some questionable details about. Because I'm not 100% certain how exactly it is, but I believe the driver that hit him was found to be somewhat associated with the Yakuza. So there's that.
I can't believe the Yakuza killed him to silence his efforts to bring back the Wonder Boy. Or Wonder Swan.
Yeah, it was never... And that's always just been more apocryphal than anything, but...
Yeah.
So this is what the main gameplay is going to look like. It is, in fact, a visual novel. It is, you have a list of things to do, and you basically, it's not like the standard Western-style adventure game. It is, they gave you the list of things. There are some cases where you need to point at stuff on the screen, but those are pretty few and far between. Which is kind of nice. Yes, this is Shunsuke Tsugi. He's a private a private detective. We will get to that, Frank. That is one thing that kind of shows its age. But it is thankfully not as terrible as some, but it definitely has that in certain spots.
I mean, I think that's a trend that doesn't go away necessarily with some adventure game type things.
Well, it's the problem with, like, other than just blatantly telling you what to do, it is how you kind of have to solve that problem. Okay, so our character does not have a set name, so we get to name him.
Lolo de Puzzlo.
Also, I think that this font was, I mean, obviously in the original, these would be, Japanese characters. I think if I remember correctly, I believe that is the Illusion of Gaia font.
Nice.
And I usually, let's see, yeah, that works. When this game was first, being mentioned in, sites, they always referred to the character as Anata, which I thought was the character's, default name. That is actually just the Japanese word for you.
Nice. It's a clever pun, you see.
It was also just more me being an idiot. So yes, we kind of essentially become Utsugi's protege. Yes, one of those. Oh, okay. I didn't know if this was going to go right here. Also, I might read this. Wandering about throughout a schoolhouse, or one evening, you suddenly hear someone call out for you from behind. Glancing over your shoulder, you see nothing but a lonesome girl standing there in solitude, with a terrifying look of urgency in her eyes. So, the thing with the Famicom Detective Club games is that they're all generally, like, pretty basic stories. However, tends to be kind of supernatural overtones to these. Which is why it's going all spooky music right now. But yes, this is Famicom Detective Club Part 2, The Girl in Back.
Can't believe you're playing as Percy.
Yeah, thankfully we don't drop stuff. Actually, thankfully technically there is an inventory, but it's not... Thankfully, this is not a big inventory-based game.
There you go.
Okay. Chapter 1.
Was it also
Tragedy.
part of Nintendo's adventure game, like, period alongside this? And
So yes. So the other games in that kind of genre, the first game to kind of set this off was, I believe it was something that translated into, like, Famicom Fairy Tales Shino Nagashi Ma. Which is basically a game which is a mashup of a bunch of Japanese folktales. The thing that you might be, the thing that people might recognize that most for is the fact that I know there's a song from it in Brawl, or now in modern Smashes. I think they kind of show up in cameos and other things. I know that in Kirby's Dream Land 3, some of the characters show up. Also, there was a sequel to that called Yu Yuki, which is basically Journey to the West. And basically just kind of a different retelling of that. There are the 2 Famicom Detective Clubs on the Famicom Disk System. Then there is a really weird game that I would kill to get someone to that game. I really want to see that game get translated. Because basically, it's a game called Time Twist. And basically, it is a game where you are just a kid in Tokyo one day, and then all of a sudden you're in a museum, and you come across this belt, and you touch it, and then you get warped throughout time. And basically, you turn into a ghost, and you can, like, possess different people. The thing about it is that, they go into some pretty dark times. For example, there is a chapter that takes place in a concentration camp.
oh lord.
There is also a chapter that takes place during the Civil War South. And there is definitely a scene in which a black family gets lynched by the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah. Also, one of the final boss fights is you fighting a demonically possessed Jesus Christ.
I see.
Specifically a baby Jesus, by the way. Not like adult Jesus.
This is like SMT, but somehow more ridiculous.
And I think the way that you actually, during that fight, that you have to exorcise the demon out of the baby Jesus is to answer trivia questions about the times that you visited.
Finally, the devil's true weakness. Trivia.
Okay, to actually get back to the game, it looks like we have found, unfortunately, a body of a schoolgirl has washed up on shore. Also, these kind of games were actually fairly popular in Japan at the time. I know there is a game called I believe it is the Serial Portopia Murders, or it's like the Portopia Serial Murders that came out from Enix like in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically kind of a game that's similar to this, but a lot more basic, and also a lot more kind of open. I wouldn't say open worldy, but it's a lot easier to get lost. Like, they don't hold your hand as much as they do in this one.
Uh-huh.
There is also some other games that are like that around the time. But this one actually was probably one of the more approachable ones. Okay, so they're just not letting me ask anymore. Okay. Okay. Because here's the thing where you occasionally will get a pointer in which you can point to things. Here. Also, thankfully, when they do, something that's really bad about certain visual novels that have that kind of thing is that they tend to require you to be pretty accurate. Like, be pretty much pixel on, dead on with the whatever you're trying to point to. Thankfully, I think they give you a little bit of wiggle room in here. Also, this is pretty lax security for, well, not security. You're just basically just a reminder, you're like a 16-year-old kid. They're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll let you see the body once the coroner gets here.
Yeah. I mean, you are the apprentice of a famous private investigator.
Oh, here we go. Also, it is nice that it highlights new items that appear.
That's good.
Check. Okay. Yoko Kojima. Also, look at this guy.
I almost said that this is an offensive caricature.
Except then you remember who developed it.
Yeah.
Is it really a caricature if it's your own person? It does remind me, with this particular translation, there is an unfortunate term used to describe a particular person. I don't think that will show up in this episode, but, yeah, there is an unfortunate term used to describe a student. Yeah, it will be later. That I can almost guarantee you was added to the translation. Okay, let's go take a look. Yep, she's dead.
That's a corpse.
Yep.
We have identified a corpse. Amazing. Utsugi has taught us well.
Let's check. Okay, so you're gonna need to take. That ain't good.
You're so good, Lolo.
It's almost like I've played this a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that does. So, Tomato actually has responded to questions about this. There is a thing that will come up later on. That actually, one of the co-commentators from the last time I did it just asked him if the word that will be used is actually the one that showed up, and yes, it was. Oh. Hello.
Ah, the girl who stands behind. We found her.
That is not. I don't think we are getting a whole lot out of her. Maybe no. I don't think we're getting much out of him right now.
No.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to do that. Yep, and it's the thing that happened in every good one of these things happened, and it's someone has in fact died. Oh, also. They have come to the office. Okay. So. You. I mean, you did just see one of your best friends die, so. Yes. Also, this girl is. Ayumi Tachibana. She is basically for the first two games, she is basically your sidekick. Or maybe not even your sidekick. Like, she is basically a almost co-protagonist that you don't play as, I guess. There's a term that I can't think of at the moment.
Compatriot.
Pretty much. She is in fact
Comrade.
Yes. She is in fact she is the actual protagonist of the third game, though. Also, she is the reason why I've in fact heard of this game, because there was a trophy of her in Melee. So there really isn't a thing in this game that impacts whether the order of questions that you talk to people. Like, there's no way to game over. Well, there is exactly one opportunity to game over, and even that's a joke game over. The only thing is that at the very end, there is a rating that you get that is affected by, like, what order you do things in, or you ask questions on. But it's fluff, basically.
So I went Googling for her trophy, right?
Uh-huh.
And apparently there's actually a decent amount of people who would like to see her as an actual playable character in Smash Brothers, so much that they have made and debated movesets for her.
Okay.
And one person even drew what Kirby would look like if Kirby ate her and stole her power.
Okay.
Apparently she has a very big fan club.
Yeah, I would say of the kind of adventure games at this point, this franchise is probably the more well-regarded one. Also, generally, from what I have heard, this is also of the three, this is the one that is held in most regard. But yeah, basically, if you have not been paying attention, that Ayumi and Yoko had a detective club at school, and basically they were looking into something. And apparently Yoko has been acting differently.
Ooh.
She's clearly guilty. It's her. Arrest her.
I don't think I can do that.
Arrest X for suggesting such a thing.
Arrest me for drinking crimes.
Yes. Can't believe Axe is drunk.
I think we're good. Okay. So, this is one nice thing that the game does. Basically, rather than having you kind of needing to remember where characters are what, they have an in-game notebook to kind of give you some ideas. Okay, so this is okay, let's go back here. Okay. And usually, it doesn't do this always, but basically what it will do is, if no one has anything more to say about a particular subject, it'll just do this log ellipsis.
Yeah, that's nice of them.
Let's speak to Ayumi now. Okay, so usually if you don't get anything out, think. He is... Oh, here we go. Okay, so she's repeating. Here we go.
It's a good thing their
Okay.
facial features are so realistic. We can tell whether they're lying or not.
Always doubt.
Pressed out. Why are you fucking lying? So you would say she was standing behind?
Yes, this is in fact referring to the thing that the subtitle of this game is about.
Ah. Here I thought I was being clever.
Yes, that story will come up many times.
It makes me think of those Japanese horror comics, the animated ones. For some reason.
Could be, maybe. Ah, yes. Okay. And yes, Ushimitsu High School, where we will be spending a lot of time. So yes, that is basically a ghost story that's been going around the school. Also, I don't know if rumor is really a good way to describe that. Okay, so let's check the vicinity. I mean, you are 18.
Mm-hmm.
This is not 21 Jump Street. Like the original, not the movie. I mean, I'd
How
imagine.
do you do, fellow kids?
Man, you really gotta die around here to become, you know, important. Heart emoji.
Disgusting.
Gonna fill Lodo's Discord with heart emojis now, just for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the tail of the girl in back. Which I wonder if they just called it that because it's something that they could fit in a text box.
Wouldn't be
It
surprised.
might.
Because I'm sure that you could. I mean, I'm sure you could probably fit the kanji in there in Japanese version.
Probably. Digging the spooky music.
Yes. If it felt.
He's going to town on that theremin.
Voice just has absolutely no directional audio. It sucks.
Okay. Mr. Kamata.
So Kamata's the ghost.
Probably not.
Case closed. Next one.
Okay. So basically, we got a background on the girl in back, and we now have a contact.
Ooh.
Now talk to Mr. Kamata, who has been here for quite some time.
Holy shit, that hair.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He actually kind of looks like Kamata from Yaki no Tsukai.
Kinda if you squish his face out a little bit.
Yeah, you'd have to like smush it from the top.
You'd have to
Kamata.
Mario 64 his face a little bit to get it.
But it does have a slight resemblance to him. That's weird. And his name is Kamata, so that kind of makes sense.
He's been here 35 years. I mean, when you're a ghost. kind of be wherever you feel like it.
Look, if you've got ghosts, then you've got everything.
Ghosts, like wizards, have no sense of right or wrong. Be doubly worried about a ghost wizard. A wizard ghost.
That'll definitely cause ghost stories to happen.
What if a wizard ghost fell in love? Would that make him a necromancer?
I don't know.
That's why I told it.
This is Famicom Detective Club Part 2.
So the Famicom is part of the name?
Yes, because it was specifically made for the Famicom Disk System. It's like how Famicom Wars kind of became Advance Wars and then
Well, yeah, and like
because
every...
they killed the franchise.
I mean, every Nintendo 64 game had to have 64 baked
Yeah.
into the damn title.
I mean,
Unless you're Clay Fighter, in which you want to
from all
be
those
cute.
other games.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
this
Clay
is
Fighter played
Mario.
Clay Fighter played by its own damn rules. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
best fighting game to have ever come out because of it.
Clay Fighter 64.
The greatest.
Actually, technically, it was Clay Fighter 63 and a third. I'm not even being sarcastic.
Yeah, no. That was like the Naked Gun series with like 22 and a half and 33 and a third.
Okay. The ever-present Westminster Chimes, or whatever that's called. I think that's what it is. Okay. Kamata is a nice man. Hello.
So you're playing this again, huh?
Yeah. Welcome back.
I'm glad. Wait. Did you revert everybody else's Belmondo name but mine? Damn it.
Yes.
No, I just changed mine.
Too many Belmonts. Dracula's feeling nervous.
Okay. Also, it's a ghost. It's not it's not a vampire. Okay. So, let's review.
No.
At the end of every chapter, you will have this kind of thing.
I knew Kojima was involved somehow.
Was he?
Well, considering that the Kojima in this game is the one that dies, I would imagine
Yeah.
that'd be one
So
hell
this
of a
is
plot.
how my day died.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, and here's a weird thing that we found from the last, or that is always weird. The concept of murder cases having statute of limitations in Japan.
Don't they have statute of limitations everywhere?
There was a specific thing I think in this case that's different than usual.
It depends on the crime. Some crimes will have a statute of limitations. Other crimes can basically become what is called a cold case, which is essentially usually it's like a murder or a homicide. And that's
A murder or homicide.
Shut up. I have drinky, but basically if you kill another person, because that covers both murder and homicide.
Yes.
The murder side.
Murder sides can actually linger, but you can try them later on as long as you've got new evidence to lead to a conviction.
Yeah, but it seems like in all media that brings it up, like Japanese written media that brings up the statute of limitations as something that's a plot point, they usually make it sound like it's going to be a final thing, Or maybe they're just making it sound like, hey, it'll take a lot of effort for you to bring this case back after this date has passed. And maybe that's the implication. Like, it's enough time for the culprit to, I don't know, buy a condo in Tahiti and retire forever.
Well, I think it's similar to the cold case idea that, well, this thing's been shelved for so long, you better have a fucking good reason for us to go back at it. Because, like in the US, if you try to revive a cold case, they will not do it unless you have, like, something completely new that they didn't have in the previous investigation.
Well, the thing here in this case is the fact that since basically it's 15 years after the crime happened, so that after that point they just straight up drop it. Like, they can't do anything about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Is it that they drop it, or is it just that they stop dedicating active resources to it?
The way they describe it, it is drop it.
Huh. Alright.
I'm gonna look this up because I'm curious.
The thing is, because I think we looked it up last time we streamed this, and basically what happened actually is, like, in 2006 it got reversed, so that murder cases basically do not have a statute of limitations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember somebody mentioning that. And I remember, I think I was the one who looked it up, actually.
That sounds about right.
Okay, so
I remember hearing some asshole say this.
So as of May 21st, 2010, Japan's legislature abolished the statute of limitations for murder and other crimes that would result in the deaths of other persons. It became effective on April 28, 2010. So before then, there was a statute of limitations on death crimes.
Don't get in trouble with cops in Japan. The legal system is very much a guilty until proven innocent style, even though it's not supposed to be.
I mean,
Alright.
Not much different from America.
That's not much different from anywhere else, I feel like. I've heard it here, I've heard it in Portopia. I can't remember the rest of the name of Portopia. I hear it a lot in Japanese murder mysteries, or any murder mystery that has, like, time or repetition as a theme. Like, you never hear about the statute of limitations in, like, a new murder mystery. But you hear about it every time that it's like, oh, it's the 20-year anniversary of the time this massacre happened in this haunted house.
Well, there's a good example of it, because I've been rewatching the show Frasier, and their dad, Marty, is a cop.
Oh, right. Because I'm like, wait, where's this gonna go? Oh, right.
Right. Well, their dad is a cop, and one of the episodes focuses on a cold case that he was running, and they kind of gave up on for about 15 years. And he finally solves the case, and they arrest the person, but they never ever mention any kind of statute of limitations or time that, that they could have done this in. It's just straight, here's the thing, we got him, the end. I know it's a sitcom, but
I'm not saying this to be like saying that you should not have brought it up. I am really happy that we have somehow tied this to Frasier.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
It is.
I mean, if their dad's a cop, no wonder they're demon lords in that one cartoon someone drew.
Well, I think that was supposed to be a play on Supernatural.
That sounds about right. Oh, also the whole, that Scooby-Doo and Supernatural.
See, the best Scooby-Doo jokes of all time was the entirety of the Adventure Brothers for the first couple seasons, and then also, oh god, what was that? I think that was actually also the Adventure Brothers. Yeah, Adventure Brothers. So I'll just stick with Adventure Brothers. No, Adventure Brothers was Johnny Quest, but they did
gotta talk to you about something.
I mean, they had Scooby-Doo jokes in there on the Venture Brothers.
They did. There was also a Johnny Bravo episode where they crossed over with Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
That was good.
Scooby-Doo also met Batman.
He did.
And Robin
Adam West
Scooby-Doo
and
met the Harlem Globetrotters, Harlem Globetrotters many times.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there was an episode of that series where he met Mama Cass.
That sounds exactly the kind of thing you would have in Scooby-Doo.
Sorry, I was distracted by replying in the text. Why are we talking about Scooby-Doo now?
We're talking about
Because
Scooby-Doo.
we've hit the point where I'm not 100% certain on what to do.
This is a mystery just like Scooby-Doo.
It is the natural point of any time that I get stuck and I do nothing. Okay, something interesting is now actually happening, maybe.
Scooby-Doo comes in, solves the mystery for you because it took too damn long.
Okay, back by the
I can't believe.
You also met Don Knotts.
Yes.
And the Three Stooges.
Because that was Scooby-Doo Movie Mysteries was the series.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't the only series that had like celebrities show up, was it?
Oh no, because they did.
I mean, the
celebrities, but not, like-
direct-to-TV and movie,
Yeah.
DVD movies.
But see,
No,
the
but
thing is, the celebrities weren't a focal point of those. The movie mysteries, they were, but like they had Vincent Price do the voice of Vincent Van Ghoul in the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, which was great, except for the fact that it had goddamn Scrappy.
Okay, I know that you can. Okay, is it okay? It's not gonna, because I bet you there's something in there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to check the
Trash
wall?
Yeah, what
I'm
about
trying to check the
Bulls?
trash can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a trash can, huh?
Is it?
Yep.
It looks like concrete.
I can see that it's relatively bin-shaped. It actually looks more like a bucket with the handle there.
Oh yes. there's
Relatively
no-
shaped. That's
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think you weren't expected to actually examine the bin because, you know, the discolored wall is just so much more attractive, or pops out more, I guess.
Okay.
Like the can.
Show him your papers. Prove that you're a cop.
Show 'em these.
I'll prove that I'm a cop using this notebook from a student. Wait, what?
no, you clearly exchanged, dude. All 60-year-old teachers have green hair. You know this.
Oh, yeah, sure. No, my problem isn't whether or not this guy is 60 years old. It's why don't the little notebooks have pictures in them? Like that
They
should
do.
clearly be a little girl in the
We have
picture.
used the notebook to show people what they look like, or what Yoko looks
So-
like.
So why did this
This
guy
janitor
immediately
is
assume?
very blind. Do not
Did you
make
just-
fun of him.
Did you just keep it close? That he was like, this must be yours. Ah.
Look at that swoop he's got going on is so powerful that anything you show him is not going to register. Okay.
Are you calling the flock of hair in front of his face a swoop? Is that what a
Yes.
swoop is?
That's what I'm
Yes.
going for.
I see.
It looks a little swoopy.
It's got a swoop.
It's not really blocking his sight though.
I don't know
but
what you would call that hairstyle specifically.
he does have some extreme wrinkles that may or may not be crow's feet, and you know maybe he is nearsighted. He seems like the sort of person that would be nearsighted but would insist on not getting like corrective eye
Glasses.
surgery or glasses. Yeah.
To be fair, glasses do suck as somebody who wears glasses.
Glasses are fun.
I hate glasses.
Well, then get some fucking LASIK then.
I would. Give me some money and I'll go get the LASIK.
Get a job.
I wouldn't recommend
I've
you.
got
get
a
one.
job. I also got bills, mofo.
Well, there you
Again,
go. You can work for it.
I
Something to
still
look
wouldn't.
forward to.
Look, I'm only working for the weekend at this point.
No, we're not at the weekend yet, so you better go back to your desk job.
Wait, why did this guy only just now realize that you're not the child in the finger
See,
jacket?
Kojima.
He's a janitor who's not paid to give a shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Fenfel, I've had
Yeah.
glasses since I was in my early teens.
Yeah, I was born
Yeah.
with glaucoma, so I don't have a choice.
I mean, if you had enough money to like buy new glasses all the time, but who the hell has money to get like their lenses replaced every every other Wednesday or something?
Well,
I
mine's
really
great.
don't.
Mine's great because my right eye has more damage than my left, so I have a thicker lens on my right.
Yep, I am in the similar boat, and it's great when I go to websites to buy glasses, and they're like, "You sure you put this in right? Because that's not how normal people eyes work."
Yeah.
I can't get those specialized glasses off the rack at Walmart because one eye will be fine and the other will be like, "What the fuck are you doing to me?"
Okay, so Kamata seems like he is in a meeting.
Your one eye is so damaged that you're basically the Jared Leto Joker.
Okay, well, let's go to the front, see if someone's loitering.
Yeah, Tyrion, this is kind of a repeat, except Lolo's forgotten all about it.
Yeah. He's explained the deep, intricate backstory.
Oh, I meant more like can't remember exactly what steps are needed to take to progress.
I mean, who remembers things? Gosh.
I mean, occasionally I do.
This game's easy enough to kind of figure that out. Like,
yes. Oh no, there's no reflection. I can't believe we're both ghosts.
Not there's a reflection.
Ah, damn it.
Well, not
we don't have a reflection.
Also,
we're
only
ghosts.
off to the side enough, though.
Also, ghosts
Weird
are the
ghost.
ones who don't have reflections. It's vampires.
Look at Loco not remembering things, even after though he said that he remembers things.
What did I not remember? What are you accusing me of not remembering?
It's vampires that don't have reflections,
Exactly.
not ghosts.
I argue that ghosts should also not have reflections.
Sometimes
I
you
mean,
can
ghosts
see
also
ghosts
should
in
not
mirrors.
have, you know,
Yeah,
visit.
you
like,
see ghosts and mirrors in horror movies.
Yeah, but that's usually when it's like, you know, spooky to the audience, not because it's actually logical.
No, because the character does see them because they react to them.
Sometimes,
The
not all the
diagesis
time.
is going on here.
You'll never see somebody react to a vampire in the mirror because the vampire has no reflection, but a ghost does.
I'm letting the killer to get away.
So yeah, by
That's,
the way, me handing Ayumi Yoko's notebook, there's real no difference whether or not you keep onto it.
Nope.
Like I said
You keep
earlier.
it.
It only affects one thing at the end.
Ooh.
Like at post credits. Like it's not even like it doesn't affect anything with the story.
The hallway mysteriously dead ends into this gigantic mirror. Rah. That's not that mysterious, is it? Like, yeah, of course the hallway ends. And of course somebody put a mirror here. That's not spooky or confusing.
Okay, something happened here.
I mean, mirrors are cool. They let you see yourself. She was possessed.
I thought you were actually gonna start like quoting the King Diamond song.
Quoting the what?
That's literally a line from a song by King Diamond from his album Abigail.
Oh, I have no idea who that artist or that album is, so
Oh, it's fantastic. Hold on.
I don't believe you. Press X to doubt.
She just vanished right in front of me. Or right
Post
behind
the
me.
images and other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Wait, they have the bell for a staff meeting?
I think the bell was just for
the.
the end of class, and coincidentally, you knew that the staff meeting was ending when the
Well,
students
no,
were
because
all being
it's
dismissed.
like evening though. There's no students around, except for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe the school bell is just. Okay, I have no idea. Look,
Okay,
maybe
apparently.
they just left it on a timer and they forgot. They
Okay,
forgot to turn
well,
it off.
I was gonna say if anyone would know about it, I think Frank would, because yeah, he's saying that apparently they do use the bell for meetings, which I think is weird.
Sometimes they just do that.
Wait, but that's to call in the meeting, not that. Oh, okay, another time then. Never mind. Never mind. Wait, does that mean that another member of faculty is not inside the meeting, but just hanging out inside the, what's the word, the broadcasting room?
I think those things can probably be automated.
Oh, are they? Alright.
I'd imagine because I don't think that those meetings are called by basically, okay, someone ring the bell, the meeting is over.
I thought they were a manual thing because,
you know,
just in case somebody left it running, you didn't have a spooky ghost bell. I mean, spooky school ghost.
I mean, just don't set the bell to ring in, like, the middle of the night. There you go.
I don't think that schools have, like, a Quasimodo equivalent that's just in charge of, okay, just give them a Timex. Here's when classes start.
There's probably one with a bell tower. You don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there are schools with a bell tower.
The Hunchback of Famicom Detective Club Part 2.
That's what the Hunchback is he's smuggling the bell with him so he can ring it whenever he wants.
That seems incredibly unpleasant to do.
I mean,
because he would also need to smuggle something tall enough to hang the bell from.
Also,
no, he doesn't need to hang the bell. He just
also, you would need some big-ass pants to fit a bell in.
No, he just puts it on his back.
He doesn't have to smuggle it in his clothes. He can smuggle it in a big U-Haul that he carries around for some reason.
But then he wouldn't be a hunchback. The point is that he has it in his shirt.
How dare you assume that all people are hunched over for smuggling bells inside their clothing?
I didn't say all of them, I just said Quasimodo. Quasimodo is just carrying
I can't believe that Quasimodo was stealing the bell, and that's why...
that's a different Disney movie.
And then Jason Alexander is there to say, pour the wine and cut the cheese.
Jason Alexander is Quasimodo. It's perfect.
Wait, oh right,
he was the gargoyle.
I forgot about that.
Or a gargoyle.
No.
There's 3 of them.
I get to see him being Quasimodo.
No, just the thing, if he wasn't he wouldn't just be Quasimodo, it would just be him as George being Quasimodo. Also, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I apparently need to think.
I mean, the issue with that theory, though, is that in the 90s, Disney believed very much in casting comedians to be the comedy sidekick. Jason Alexander as one of the gargoyles, Robin Williams as the genie, Danny DeVito as Phil. So Jason Alexander, by his nature of being classified as a comedian, could not be the protagonist.
Can you not show... oh, okay. There you go.
But that doesn't necessarily work because they had David Spade as the protagonist of Emperor's New Groove.
Joke's on you, David Spade isn't a comedian. Just like that.
That is true. Okay.
I don't think he's gonna remember. Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
And the other important thing to note
Hey, guess what I gotta do?
You gotta go find a Yumi, and you gotta ask her to give you the chinga-jam.
Yeah. And the important thing to note about Emperor's New Groove is that it spent a lot of time in development hell. So by the time it did finally release, trends had changed. Things occurred.
It was still a good movie, though.
It is a good movie.
Patrick freaking Warburton. Like, has he ever done a terrible role? I don't think he has.
Joe from Family Guy?
No.
That's pretty bad.
If you look at Family Guy as a whole, it's a terrible show. But somehow Patrick Warburton, just makes his part.
I will say that of the many characters in that show, Joe is in fact not the worst.
Yeah. Well, that's a low bar.
It's an extremely low bar.
Quagmire, or Peter, or Stewie, or Brian, or
Meg.
Every single other character except for Joe.
Or except the ultimate terrible character in the entire show, Quagmire.
I mean, yes, let's not talk about that.
Yes, no, that's as far as we're going. But my point is that, Patrick Warburton himself has never done a bad role himself. forgetting the entirety of the work that he's in, he as a person has always done really great roles.
Has
That's the way I look at it.
Has somebody actually casted Patrick Warburton as somebody that's entirely unlikable?
I don't think so.
Like, has he done any villain roles? Like,
Kronk
I
is
feel like
technically a villain.
Kronk isn't very villainous. He's a
not.
villain.
He's comic relief
Okay.
villain. He's
Okay,
still an
so-
antagonist for most
Okay,
of the
hold on.
movie.
Okay, so we now have a new plot point. So that character, or the student from 15 years ago who disappeared was Shinobu Asakawa.
Avocado? Patrick Warburton played T in Men in Black 2. I don't remember the plot of Men in Black 2.
It was just a lot of, I guess, one-off jokes to me. Which doesn't make sense because I still remember almost everything from Super Troopers, so...
Okay.
Oh, T was the villain. Okay.
Yeah, I can't say that I remember anything about Men in Black 2 either.
I was sitting here like, I'm not the only one, right? Like, I just remember Q lost his memory and retired. Or
Okay,
one or
so-
the other. That's it.
What we have done so far, okay. Basically, Yoko
Yeah.
is investigating the girl in back, and it seems to be associated with a disappearance of Shinobu from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Alright, but could her disappearance be related in some way to Yoko?
Probably.
Possibly.
What was with that old janitor?
Gee, I wonder why we don't remember Men in Black. Maybe something mnemonic happened to us?
I think I literally didn't actually watch the film.
That, and also maybe it wasn't good.
No, it was really not it.
Okay, here's the case Tsugi's working on. 15 years ago, a local snack bar owner named Genjiro Kaneda was murdered.
Okay.
Once thought that they had a solid lead for a suspect, until the suspect committed suicide.
I mean, that doesn't change the fact that he might have done it. That just means that he...
Yeah, but according to the time of the suicide, apparently it happened right before the murder. How do you kill someone when you're already dead?
Very
Look,
careful.
okay, ghosts.
Yeah.
Or you could have used poison.
I mean,
Selecting poison, if you poison that
yes.
glass, then kill yourself.
Hey, guess what?
yes, you could. You could also time a bomb, but I think.
Would you guess the fact that the two cases that we are working on are actually somehow tied?
Amazing.
That's shocking and completely unrealistic.
By the way, should I have mentioned that one of the writers for this game was Yoshio Sakamoto?
I think you're gonna have to append that with what he's known for.
Oh yeah, he is he is mostly known for his work on the Metroid franchise, namely the fact that he was the sole writer or the main writer for Metroid Other M.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, the
That's
baby.
why I remember Sakamoto. Yeah, damn
The baby. Loco, do you have the baby?
it. Okay,
I
but
have the
Adam,
bottle ship.
But are we authorized to discuss that?
No.
I think I'm going to clone a giant dragon, and I'm going to end up with a fussy little thing. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Okay, I think it did find possibly a bad role of Patrick Warburton.
There's no such thing. Don't even try.
He played the wolf in Hoodwinked.
Nope.
All that.
Nope. I haven't seen it, but I'm
What
just gonna assume that he did a great job. Because it's Patrick Warburton.
Also, by the
There's
way, also this guy is very impressive looking. When we talked to
It's
that
just
girl,
impressive.
remember how I mentioned earlier that there was a fake game over?
Yeah.
You trigger that by using the check command on a very guessable spot, so to speak.
I know which one it is. I can bet. Anyway, I'm glad that you got fired for sexually harassing a woman at the office.
Yes.
Same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was?
Same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was.
Okay, so Genjiro Kamata. So yeah, so that
He moved here 15 years ago and
I actually
got
mentioned it
murdered.
earlier, but the thing that we actually asked Tomato whether or not it was actually the right terminology was actually the term snack bar. Yeah, that
I
was-
remember this. I hate you.
Yes, it is actually, the term is snack bar. Because
Amazing.
apparently that is a thing in Japan.
It's a turnip.
No.
Let's start a nuclear war.
Okay, also that I don't
There
think
you go.
he was not poisoned.
Yeah, there you go. Stab multiple times. What are we gonna say?
No, hold on,
He-
hold on.
he-
You could have stabbed him multiple
No.
times and then poisoned him. It's possible.
No, it's just the
No.
cause of death was the multiple stab wounds.
There was poison on the blade. I'm sticking with the poison theory.
But then you,
The police determined the cause of death to be excessive blood loss. No
But can we
poison
really
at all.
trust the police?
I mean,
Joke's on you. Secretly, the police are made out of Andy Summers, Sting, and
Aren't we playing as the police anyway?
if
true, we are the
as
police.
the police's best friend, the plucky junior detective, who isn't actually a police officer but still gets to call himself a detective, apparently.
Also, I
How's
really
that so
do.
So this is basically Detective Conan.
We glossed
Yeah,
over it, but I
nice.
want to give you props for that Electric Six joke earlier. That was fucking great.
Wait, what?
Let's start a nuclear war at the
it
snack
was,
bar.
it was actually it was just Sunaku.
Snaku bar.
Okay, wait.
I mean, are you gonna hammer that fact in so that we know for sure?
Just to
Yeah.
drive the
No,
point
it's just
home to
me just
the one-
generally forgetting which things I've hit.
the one person in the chat holding out hope that poison was truly the way it went.
I mean, at least you didn't say what I thought you were gonna say, which is like maybe he set up an elaborate Rube Goldberg device that
Yes.
launched several knives
not-
after he died.
He did not get Pee
But
Wee
they would
Herman
find the
breakfast
knives
machine.
in him.
This is not the bad game of Mousetrap.
No, I'm thinking like that machine they made in Futurama with the spinning ball of death. Like that's probably what happened.
You mean the suicide booth?
No. It was the episode where the professor contracts the Yeti disease, and so to kill him, they set up the Rube Goldberg device with the spinning ball and the blades on it, and they all put a bit of poison on each blade as it passed them.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember that episode at all.
Wait.
Sounds terrible.
Did it freeze?
Kaneda was stabbed mole. Berry sauce?
Is mulberry sauce a real thing?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Mulberry tree. There we
There
go.
There we go. You might want to save.
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
A Ghost Trick style
Also, I
murder.
will be
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't actually played Ghost Trick, but I thought in that scenario, the murder's already over and done with.
Yeah. That is
Don't spoil it
accurate.
for me. I mean, I'll forget probably if you do spoil it for me, but try not to, please.
The murderer was you all along, Loco.
Ah,
You killed the main
no.
character.
I can't play Nintendo DS with Ghost Trick now because I know that I was the killer the whole time. Nah, I'll be fine. What was I thinking?
You were thinking about how you're a horrible murderer.
There's other ways to probably stab a person without an elaborate Rube Goldberg device. You could do something like, what's the word?
You know, like there's an easier solution than poison that Axe is completely ignoring, and that's what's making me happy at this point.
You mean? No, I don't know.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
The
I'm gonna
Seas?
let Axe keep saying poison over and over again like it's a fucking Alice Cooper song.
He had a son named Goro.
Ooh.
Gas. Gas. Is it gas?
He was stabbed! No,
I'm
guys!
asking Grayson, not you, Lolo. Don't
Nice.
worry. I'm not actually thinking, that's I can change the
I can't
murder
believe that
reason.
Kajiro made so much money off of a snack bar that his son is able to just be a playboy. That sweet snack bar cash.
Was it from the snack bar? I mean, he
No,
moved
it
in here.
One snack bar, it was multiple snack bars. It
Oh,
was
it's a whole chain of snack bars, I see. I still feel. What was I feeling? Can't remember.
Feelings.
I think that maybe it.
Nothing.
I think there's some embezzlement involved. I think that wherever this guy moved from and suddenly had the money to establish and, own a snack bar,
I
he
just wanna
probably brought money with him, and that also brought whatever his killer was.
I just want to say that Goro has come a long way, terrible way, from Mortal Kombat.
Oh yes, 3 girls from Uchimitsu High School. I wonder which one of them was.
One for each hand.
I mean, they're... Yep, Shinobu was in fact hanging out with Kaneda.
Just your average snack bar.
I still think it should be called It's a Snack Bar. Perfect.
It's 0 out of 10.
Okay, so occasionally this will happen.
Wait, what happened?
So basically, we need to do multiple choice.
Oh, right. I think you can actually screw this up and you still progress, don't you?
Well, basically, we'll say, oh, that's not right, pick another until you actually hit the right one.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no real punishment beyond, you're kind of a dumbass.
Okay, so she was waiting for...
Who was she waiting
Goro.
for?
She was waiting for Goro Majima.
No, she was waiting for the girl in black, let's be honest.
This person was found stabbed multiple times.
Yes, Ayumi was found stabbed multiple times.
I was like,
It
okay,
didn't
wait,
say
wait.
that they died, it just said that they were stabbed.
No, this is not like Hotel Dusk. You cannot have that happen. No, it's also, I couldn't figure out, I didn't see that they put Kaneda up there. I was too busy looking at the center.
Hotel Dusk is legit good though.
It is really good.
Wasn't there a sequel that we never
Yes.
got?
Yes. Yeah, it came out in Europe only. Europe and
damn.
Japan.
Bunch of jerks.
I don't think Europe is to blame for us not
It's Europe's fucking fault, bunch of jerks.
The good thing is that DS is region free.
Ooh.
Not entirely the same, but I mentioned it before. Flower, Sun, and Rain is pretty good too. By Suda 51.
Well, you're not completely dumb. You'll one day get to wear my hat. That's how it works, right? That hat is like a piece of succession? No, wait.
Okay, apparently it had nothing to do with the cause of death. Okay, what's your alternate thing?
Goro,
Oh.
maybe?
I thought Shinobu was the one who got stabbed by the poison.
Okay, here we go.
They fired the main character from the salesman thing.
I don't get what that means, Tyrion.
Wait, Hotel Dusk's main character was a salesman?
Yes.
Oh. I think I should replay Hotel Dusk because I don't remember that.
Yeah, because that's why he has all that crap in his suitcase when he starts out, or when the game starts.
What was he selling? Paper clips?
No, he was
selling the truth.
it was just selling. He was just selling random stuff. But it was also essentially a courier kind of thing.
Oh, okay. He was an ex-cop.
Yes.
Yeah, he was selling he was literally selling a career.
I was very confused because I can vaguely remember that he didn't behave like a salesman most of the game, so I'm like sitting here thinking, eh?
No, well, basically it was, if I remember correctly, it was after he, and this isn't a spoiler because it happens with like the first 2 seconds of the game, but basically after he after he thinks he killed his partner, he quits he quits being a policeman and works for his friend, or his dad's friend Ed, it's not Red Ribbon, it's Red something. But
Red Ribbon.
It's basically they sell junk like door to door, but basically he's asked to deliver a package to Hotel Dusk.
Oh, okay.
And then he gets caught up in the murder shenanigans. Ooh.
That sounds more like a courier than a salesman to me, but whatever. Like if you're getting asked to deliver a package straight up,
Okay,
you're
so
the
he's
delivery boy, not the
I mean,
salesperson.
You're gonna fucking split hairs here.
Okay, no, it's
But I
done.
should replay it.
I mean, Hotel Dusk is a fantastic game.
It is.
Okay, what am I missing?
It's also interesting because it was one of the few games one of the first games on the DS that forced you to turn the system sideways to play it.
Also forced you to do a whole bunch of other stuff with the DS that is...
No, didn't.
Does Phantom Hourglass, didn't that do it?
Well, Phantom Hourglass had that stupid puzzle that forced you to close
here
the
we go.
DS, but Hotel Dusk was not playable in a regular cold
Okay,
system.
so-
You had to turn it sideways.
So back...
But it wasn't the first one. And I feel like there were more. I can't remember if Trace Memory came out before or after Hotel Dusk.
Okay,
I'm too lazy to
so
look at it.
going back to the game, it looks like there was a car that sped away from the mansion right after,
But did anybody get its license plate?
nope.
Oh, but they found skid marks.
So yeah, that kind of does make it look like maybe she was abducted.
So Shinobu was stabbed by poison and then
No.
taken to a car.
Wrong person, wrong
Yeah.
death cause.
There's
Just-
Yoko Cheetah.
Just gonna send you back to the police academy. Or you're only going to be known for making sound effects.
Exactly. No, it wasn't even the bottle, Tyrion. They just took the poison, literally stabbed them with the poison. Don't ask me how they did. Maybe they deep fried it. I'm not sure, but they stabbed them with literal poison.
They deep fried the poison to make a knife out of it. Is that your argument?
Look,
Okay, so-
Wouldn't it be easier to freeze the poison to make a
Okay,
blade?
so
Why deep fry?
getting back to the game,
Yep,
it
yep.
does look like this kind of might illustrate some of the things on why maybe he had a mansion even though he ran a snack bar.
Or are they finally getting to the fact that maybe he had another source of income
Yeah,
when he moved
maybe.
in here 15 years ago?
Okay, so it was Kaneda's aide when he came to town. Kept screaming something about a
So-
person named Tetsuo, I guess.
No.
No.
So this is okay. So yeah, this is the person that committed suicide.
That makes me wonder though if they actually died of suicide or if it was made to look like. Maybe they knew something.
Okay, so now we know everything there is to know about the Kaneda murder case.
I've taken down everything I need.
Let's stop talking about this particular thing. And give me your hat.
Alright, on to the next case.
Okay. By the way, I haven't done it yet, but the quit option is basically your save.
Mm-hmm. Like, I want to stop playing and
Except I
save
don't
my
even-
progress.
I don't even know if it lets you quit though. That's the thing.
It's probably like the Earthbound quit soft lock, where, you know, save and go to sleep is, you know, it doesn't actually send you back to the title screen, it just freezes the game. Good night, son. I think it might be a leftover from the fact that this was originally a Satellaview game.
No, this one wasn't still a view game.
I can't believe it. He
No,
just cool story, bro.
this was a Famicom Disk System game. Or this
Are you sure you're
particular
not confusing
version?
one with two?
No, because this originally was well, okay, so this one was on the Nintendo Power Cartridge thing. Not technically different than the Satellaview. There was another Famicom Detective Club game that was on the Satellaview, though.
Oh, okay. So there's 3 detective games.
There are 3 games in the franchise.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Also, good luck getting that 3rd game, even much less translated, even dumped would be impossible because they don't have the recordings.
Yeah.
I think the best way that you could even see what it looks like is that I think there is a guy who has VHS recordings of the game being played and has uploaded it to YouTube. And it's not the whole game.
I'm sad.
Hi, Sada Max. Nice to meet you.
You're the worst dad.
I have a buddy who will do that to his kids. They'll say, I'm blank, and he'll go, hi, blank, I'm dad.
Yes.
Makes me happy every time.
So yes. It seems like Yoko might have found out something that she probably should not have.
So we have to find Yoko before
She destroys the Beatles, yes.
Well, we gotta find what she
What?
was looking for.
Not that Yoko!
I've been saying it though. I'm pretty sure the one character like came up on something and they didn't commit suicide or die of suicide. Heard it? I think they were killed.
Yeah.
Or something.
You mean the person that died before the murder? The prime suspect?
Yes, Uchida. Or no, not...
Yeah, No, it's shit.
I forgot what his name was. The guy who seemed agitated about money.
Yeah, I'm thinking it wasn't suicide. If they were agitated about money, it's possible that they could have been killed by the mafias. Like they tried to steal money from them.
What can you show them? Oh, the Yoko notebook again?
We got the notebook again.
Nice.
I was only 2 weeks old.
kind of want to watch that that Poirot Miss Marple anime.
50
No,
billion
you know,
year
it's not
old
good.
teacher.
But it's Poirot. How
It's
can
it's. I've seen bits and pieces of it. It is not good.
This is upsetting. I like Poirot.
I do too. It
What,
is not
what are
good.
you guys talking about? Or the Poirot video game?
No, there
No,
was
it's an
was
anime.
Yeah, there was an anime that was Miss Marple and Poirot, and basically it was them trying to adapt stories from. Yeah, it is not good.
I mean, I wouldn't
Okay.
expect it to be on par with David Suchet's Poirot.
No, it's not even that level.
Well,
no, it's
nothing
not
is
even
that level.
Well, it's not even like. It's. No, it's not good.
Well, no. I mean, like, Suchet's Poirot is on a level that literally no one in the history of forever will ever be able to attain.
Also, we have found a student.
Yeah.
A student at the school? Oh, shit.
We found several of those, but we want to ask where Kamata is.
Frankly, I'm shocked. Shocked to find a student here. Here of all places.
Here.
Wow, that's a really awesome painting. Sure would be a shame if I destroyed it because you're ignoring me.
Yeah, it's really great. Now leave me alone!
Wait, so
Also,
brown nosing about she doesn't know, right?
Also, I don't know if you can tell, but she has a distinctly different noise.
I can barely tell.
Compared to
Yeah.
what?
Compared to everyone
The-
else.
Every character has a different noise for their text, I think.
Yes.
So they just use different pitches.
Maybe.
Yes, because she is half French.
I
Well,
see.
clearly. I totally got that through the sound effect.
Mhm.
Le beep?
Oh, beep.
I don't know how you would give an accent inflection using only, like a repetitive peepee noise. They actually do those. They actually make those, I think. The chairs for the paralyzed people that gotta use them as a kind of...
like with the thing that's even
the-
Hawking had?
the kind of Morse code machines.
I think I know what you're talking about. Kind of similar. I hate to say it, but like this is the only
Whoop.
like analog I've got. That chair from Star Trek.
I've never seen
wow.
her do that before.
Yes, kind of like that. And I've never seen that either, but good job.
Hell yeah, you
I
unlocked.
didn't realize that was a thing I could do.
Yeah.
Good work.
Amazing.
You
We're learning some new stuff here.
irritated this poor child. Now she had to buy a new brush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she
Okay.
looks happy to see you again.
Yes, probably.
We have nothing more to say on that.
She looks visibly unsettled,
Mm-hmm.
like more so now.
I mean, there's this jerk that keeps coming to her house and asking her questions about her dead daughter. So
And I mean, you're saying that a 50-year-old unsolved case has something to do with this, so...
Hey, Carnival.
Yes.
It's even more ridiculous.
School bag.
A couple sheets of paper. Ah, paper. It was
kind
the
of-
trees.
what kind of school kid would take paper with them in their bag?
Disgusting.
I think you're supposed to check the sheets, maybe.
Okay.
Well, sheet.
I keep taking paper, but I keep not looking at it. What's wrong with me?
So yes, she was looking at it. Okay, then that's it.
There better be a damn good reason why a high schooler is looking up a murder.
Because they're bored.
Yeah, no, so they're bored.
That's the plot point. That's exactly what it is.
Thank you for your time and for this sweet school bag. I'm keeping it.
It's
Thanks
got
for
a
the
Pikachu on it.
Pikachu didn't even exist yet.
It's Pikachu.
It's not Pikachu.
It's Pikachu.
It's probably Kirby.
Okay, fine. It's Eevee. Okay.
It
Yeah.
can't be Eevee either, you jerk. I mean, if it is, it's like pre-boot. Wait, no, that
It's
would make
pre-bootleg.
Pokemon the bootleg because it would have come out before Pokemon. I can't believe Game Freak bootleg fucking.
I can't believe Game Freak bootlegged themselves.
Did Game Freak have a hand in this? I don't think
No,
they did.
absolutely not.
Game Freak only exists for Pokemon. Like, that's literally why.
that is actually
No,
definitely not
Timbo the
true.
combat elephant.
Also, Quinty and Pulse Man and that one Taluluru-kun game. I think
Right,
that's what-
all those games we know. And
I mean, Quinty's pretty
That's the
good.
last one.
Quinty and Pulse
Taluluru.
Man are really good though. Oh,
shit,
maybe
I
more
remember
Quinty.
my times with Tula Row.
I too remember the warm summers in Timbuktu. The sequel.
Tula Row.
Ah.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Irish song.
Let's see if we can do this again.
Stab you in the eyes with their paint. Oh,
Nope.
damn.
Just show her the notebook of this?
Show him
No.
the money?
Think, maybe?
So wait, what, did you
No.
like lock yourself out of discussion paths with this person?
No, there's probably a way.
What you should have done is steal the painting.
I
mean, that would
can't
help.
take.
Dude,
I mean, you're supposed to get to Ayumi and then ask her to ask on your behalf.
Let's go back to the front of the high school.
Has anybody seen Ayumi? Can you get her to like talk to another student for me because she hates my guts?
Oh, Kirito's asking, are we supposed to be the same age as students?
I
Are we?
believe yes, we are.
But we don't go to
At
school.
most, there's like a year difference at most.
what you need to do is pay somebody to Thomas Crown that kid's painting.
Okay, so apparently a creepy guy was hanging around the school.
No, the creepy guy.
More than us?
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Mr. Detective. Can you vaguely see those black pixels moving around?
You could have saved them, detective. I gave you all the clues.
Wait, what?
Really? A 7 reference?
No, that was the snowman! Damn you!
This what?
No, what?
The snowman! Remember that really shitty drawing of a snowman? And, like, it was
Yeah.
in, like, kid... God damn it, look... Fine, hold on.
They have no idea what
It's hilarious.
Alright.
There it is. Hold on. I'm gonna post this image.
Was Goro ever a student?
Nope.
No, Shang Tsung just took him right in. I'm gonna get like endless mileage out of it.
Don't
There.
have to.
I don't have to. I want to.
Is this a real film?
It's a real film. I'm not kidding you. That's actual promotional shit for the movie. Here you type.
What?
I think he crashed. Is the actual plot of this film going to be that a 5-year-old did this? Because that's what it looks like. Oh well.
I mean, Discord crashed.
No, it's just updating.
I see.
I forgot that had a bit one, but I forgot to not click it. But anyway, yeah, so that's a real bit of promotional stuff for the film.
Is there an actual plot released for this film? Because it feels like it's drawn by a 5-year-old.
It's a good question, but here's the more important point: that they posted that up in movie theater.
Sounds like a good way for someone to not know that's a poster and someone actually gets scared.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was your generic crime thriller thing, somebody like Zodiac Killer, but like less Ted Cruz-y.
Okay.
Let's look at that beautiful snowman, though. Perfect.
You know, they always pull this thing where it turns out that the snowman is going to be like some other thing. It's not a snowman. It's probably like...
No, it's a sequel to that Jack Frost horror film where the serial killer gets hit by a bunch of nuclear waste and turns into a killer snowman.
Amazing.
What's that film?
It's the movie's name is Jack Frost, and it's literally about a serial killer who gets covered in I think it's like toxic or nuclear waste as he's driving along. He falls into the snow and it turns him into a killer snowman.
Huh.
Horror movies are
which
great.
Is, the thing about that movie that's great is the fact that there was a family movie called Jack Frost that has the exact same plot pretty much, where it's this guy's rock dad's, or this kid, rock dad's son, has an accident and dies and gets reincarnated as a snowman.
Yeah.
So you just don't.
It
know
has
which
Henry
one to
Rollins
get.
in it. That's all I kind of remember.
It's beautiful.
Also, okay, I think we are stuck.
You want somebody to grab a walkthrough?
No, I don't think we'll need it. I think we just need to go talk to other people. Yep. Oh. That's a bit of important information. This Hamaya. Or Hayama.
But if you see the girl who's behind, don't they kill you?
No, it seems like so far it's just to give you a nice little spook, and then they just go away. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, do you know where Miss Hayama is?
Yeah, I wouldn't have worded it that way at all. That's a terrible way to give info.
That's true.
Couldn't you just ask, you know where a Miss Hayama is? And then leave it at that.
Oh, wait. Ooh.
So she could have started the rumor while she was attending this.
That could be.
Like, I make jokes, but I'm genuinely invested in this story.
Yeah, it's a lot better than you probably figure.
Well, shit, that took forever to find her.
I wonder how many modern mystery games are not just alternate reality games that ended up just being advertisements for something silly and goofy and completely disappointing.
There are actually quite a few Sherlock Holmes games. One of the most recent was Crimes and Punishment, which was really, really good.
No, I know that, but I meant how many original games that aren't using like public domain or aren't Frogman gaming games.
Fair enough. I mean, the last one I could think of that's if its own thing would be Hotel Dusk.
No, there's probably been more since then.
Well, I'm not saying there's not more, it's just that's the only one I can think of personally. There's Aviary Attorney, I don't know if that counts.
It might, if the sufficient elements are kept in the dark from the player.
I know they did some Agatha Christie adaptations of games. They did ABC Murders on the Wii.
Yep, that's on PC.
There's also, and aren't those like mainly hidden object games beyond the plot?
I don't think so. I think they're genuine.
I believe they do have elements of hidden object.
I was thinking things like trace memory or altered code, whichever it is.
But let's be fair. Let's be fair here. Point-and-click adventure games are basically just hidden object games.
Yeah, but you can make a point-and-click adventure that's not a mystery, like King's Quest or Quest for Glory or Heroine's Quest or Quest for Infamy.
Right. I was just being literal.
There's probably a better example somewhere. I just can't think of it right now.
An actual, honest-to-God murder mystery that isn't related to Sherlock Holmes.
I guess the 999 series is kind of pretty close and more recent.
I mean, Aviary Attorney doesn't involve Sherlock Holmes.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't.
Better than Sherlock Holmes.
But is Aviary Attorney a detective mystery? Or is it simply just, Ace Attorney, but with birds?
It's a detective mystery. You are acting as a detective, but also a lawyer. You're a lawyer detective.
It's like CSI.
Bird law.
They investigate crime scenes and make arrests.
I mean, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Two birds with one stone. I mean, it's like the way that Trauma Team is set up. Like, sure, you're playing all the different roles, but I mean, you could also just be the one guy instead.
It's true.
Gotta head to the thinking board.
So where are we in the plot right now? Hayama is
So basically,
quiet.
Hayama is basically since she's an alumnus of the school at the time that Shinobu was murdered, that maybe she might have some insights onto what caused the girl in back story to be propagating and what it actually has, like what relevance it has, but also see if she knows anything about Shinobu's potential murder or abduction, whatever.
Well, our initial kernel that brought us here was that she started the rumor about the girl who stands behind.
Yeah, but apparently we can't do anything right now. And there we go.
I just need to hit all the buttons to say that, hey, she definitely is not wanting to talk to us right now.
It's less that she had to go and more that she eventually decided, oh, we've had enough awkward silence between the two of us. Good talk.
Okay.
I'm curious as if they're gonna do a full-on supernatural thing, or if
Where, this game?
yeah, if they're gonna take the supernatural route and it turns out the girl who stands behind it is in fact, a horror ghost, or if it's actually just like a Scooby-Doo thing where it's somebody trying to scare people away to protect some kind of thing.
Well, I mean, good luck unmasking a goddamn mirror. Just pull the mirror off the wall. Aha! It was you, school wall!
Amazing. Sounds like a good murder mystery. I love it.
You arrest the entire school district. You know, if you're just uncomfortable speaking, just pass me a note or something. I'm assuming if you try to leave, she'll be like, here, have this. Put it in your pocket.
Yep.
She's back.
Yep.
Her. Yes.
I thought we already knew this.
Well, it was rumored, but basically she didn't want to come out and admit that she had started this rumor.
And Kamata was claiming that it couldn't have been her because she was only here for 10 years.
But
No.
but the fact that she was an alumnus, but it was also more, it's like it was not fitting for her to actually be spreading the rumor. He didn't think that she would be doing that.
I see.
Alright. Exposition. Let's do this.
Yes.
Well, just disappoint the guy. He's barely held together as it is.
So yes.
And a surprising plot twist it was yesterday.
I remember it like it was flapping in a Fade to Black flashback.
Also, they do a neat little, what I think is a neat little touch, even though it's probably not that neat.
Does the text change, the text noise change again, so it sounds like
No.
she's younger?
When I got to there,
No, it's just her sprite is actually her as a kid.
yeah, that is pretty good.
Nice.
Also, she looks like Velma. I mean, she looks like Velma before.
Jinkies!
She definitely looks like Velma now.
Oh wait, no, like,
My
I know-
glasses. I can't
I know it's
think
a
without my
schoolgirl outfit,
glasses.
but it still kind of looks like Freddy's outfit too. So it's like Velma wearing Freddy's outfit.
Yeah, kinda.
No.
More women should wear ascots, is what I'm saying.
I mean, Ace Attorney's got you covered, I think.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Give me all the ascots. Everybody should be wearing ascots.
I refuse.
No.
I
Put
don't
an
know
ascot
about
on right
that.
the fuck
It's too hot here for ascots.
No, put an ascot
Only
on
people
right
with
now.
bad fashion sense should wear ascots.
Look, it's called an ascot, okay? It's awesome just in its own right.
No, I hate putting things around my neck like that.
I don't think the name has anything to do with awesome.
It's bad enough I have to wear ties every week.
the
hey,
name
they
is
could-
actually the opposite of awesome.
They could be bow ties, so it could be worse.
No, that's what I wear because I don't want to have. I don't want to have any sort of thing like someone could grab me from.
I'm wearing a bow tie. Nobody's gonna be grabbing me.
So Hayama's rumor is born out of reality.
Yes.
Alright.
Basically, she forgot her homework one day, or that night, basically went to school to go grab it, and then basically thought she saw something in the window.
I see. Makes sense.
And it was my bloody classmate. And I don't mean bloody like, you know.
Oh shit.
I mean literally bloody.
Immediately writes a story
I
and
mean,
publishes it.
I hate to tell you this, Hayama, but you already are.
Yeah, if the rumor's going around and you heard it, that means that yes, it's too late.
Oh.
Like it's not confirmed and set in stone and part of, you know, police paperwork yet, but it's it's too late.
We should probably ask her about that night again. What's this? Dispute with Mr. Tazaki.
Yeah, Yoko was having an argument with Tazaki.
Now who's Tazaki?
The janitor.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the green-haired guy who didn't understand we were ourselves.
And then apparently he mopped the floor with them.
You, my
Hey.
exclamation point. It doesn't have a space after the first exclamation point. There's a lot of things I would have changed about this translation.
I can't imagine what you might mean.
Just grammatical fixes.
Ah, it's perfect.
I mean, this translation's pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I like how he doesn't use G's in some of his words at the end.
It's probably to show that he has an accent. Probably a Kansai accent.
I am not 100% certain, but I can almost guarantee you that this guy would have had a Kansai accent or a Kansai dialect.
Yep.
I'll pretend I know what that means.
People that translate things make them sound like Southerners.
Yeah.
So
like
basically,
y'all,
like imagine from like people from like the region that Osaka is in, they tend to speak in a different dialect of Japanese that people who translate Japanese media to English have many different ways of doing.
Gotcha.
But for some reason, really enjoy making them Southerners.
Or
Like,
New Yorkers.
I've never
for some
met no
reason.
girl. Don't know what the girl is. Fuck off out of here.
Even technically, that's not quite, because it's a similar connotation. Basically, usually what, from what I've read at some point, and I'm sure Frank, if he's still here, could probably correct me if I'm wrong, but basically, they have kind of the same it's the same reputation as, say, a car salesman might have. Like, they're very, like, fast-talking, I believe, or...
I see.
I can't believe they're all Stan the boat salesman.
Yes, they all have unmoving plaid.
Kind of like the Micro Machines guy.
Not quite that fast.
Not that fast, but yeah. So... Speaking at the fine print, right? Alyssa agrees. You're speaking at the fine print.
Quit bothering me.
We asked this already. Still like that. I never met no girl. Don't know what a girl is. What do you want?
What you want?
Okay.
What
There we
you
go.
want? Oh, he's looking pretty frightful there.
Think, maybe?
Yeah.
No shit.
Ask about alibi.
Hell yeah. Love them alibis.
Franco threatened to taste him. No, no, no.
He ain't got no
This
alibi.
isn't SWAT 4. Oh. As I said, that doesn't help.
Oh, man, you say. Well, that narrows it down.
I can't
Oh,
believe
it does.
Oh,
There
okay.
There we
A
go. That
60-year-old.
helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit. Though, granted, with Japan, though, people above 60 is probably about half the population now.
Yep.
Oop.
Yeah.
Yep, the more definition makes him look even 60.
60 or yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ayumi does not respond.
Oh yeah, this funky beat.
This is the beat of sad times.
They got the beat.
I
Turn
don't
the
know what
beat
to think of
around.
him anymore.
Yeah, they got the beat.
Do you think Mr. Tasaki is totally guilty or just slightly guilty? Choose now on your
Do you
phone.
think he has one hand or both hands into this murder?
How guilty do you think he is? Press 1
Super
for yes.
guilty.
Press 2 for ultra yes.
And here we have the scene that would occur in the trailers if this thing had one.
You mean the world of hyphens?
I just picture
You
the
know how there's-
trailers filled with fucking squall speak.
You know how there's like 90s
Oh.
visual novel
Oh lord.
commercials and all of them
That-
have like text
Okay, so
pop
there's
up?
two phrases that they. I forgot
What?
about that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what I miss?
They referred to that character with the less than pleasant face as a crossdresser.
Oh.
I didn't notice at all. Where did that happen?
I don't think I got that line when we did it last. There's another line that comes up that's even worse.
Disgusting.
Also
Okay.
showing the age of this translation.
God damn.
Wait, was it the translation or was it the actual
I
original
am
thing?
99.9% certain it is a translation's fault, but
I mean, yeah, it. Ugh.
I would like to hope that Tomato is not a jerk.
the thing is, because remember when Tomato answered your tweet, he said he didn't actually have a whole lot to do with the translation bit. He just kind of helped a little bit.
Right.
It was mostly a Demi-Force translation.
Okay, but like these moments where they're talking about somebody watching, I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm genuinely like, I don't know if I've said this before, but have you seen those animated horror comics? The Japanese animated horror comics, where like there's that girl is walking at night, and all of a sudden this creepy ghost starts following her, and then the next page like flies out at you.
Do you mean the Korean manhwas where they're
Was it Korean?
used on a reader that it automatically scrolls to spook you?
I think was it the Korean? I just
It's
remember.
Korean.
Okay.
I think it's Korean. It's manhwa, not manga.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm getting that vibe, but at the same time, like I'm starting to think like Junji Ito, for no real reason. It's just like those are the two things that keep coming to me.
I mean,
And now-
I will go ahead and just say it outright: the fact that it does not get like that level
Yeah.
of weird.
Yeah.
There
I
is
mean, if
enough
this was
viral
Junji Ito,
Junji
things
Ito.
would already have tentacles or.
Yeah, we have not hit bot.
Well, no,
Also,
what I'm
This
saying is it's not that I expected to get that. It's just that's what I was feeling, and now I
Yeah,
want the
'cause
Junji Ito horror.
I mean, this is still a Nintendo game.
What would it be like if somebody let Ito just sign a Nintendo game? Just everyone with like so frequently having like extremely sweaty faces and completely dilated pupils.
Well, he did work on the PT demo.
That's not.
I'm just
I
saying.
mean, in terms of games, yes.
It's not a Nintendo game. What I want now is
If
Junji
what
Ito's
moves-
F-Zero.
Let's move. Oh, hello, you.
A well-dressed
Oh, hello.
man enters.
Hey, every girl's crazy about this guy, so Don't make fun of me.
Does anyone remember this character, or is this the first time we're meeting?
This is the first time we've met him, or we meet him, but yes.
That's why he's only known as Man.
Yes.
Well, his name, I think it was Hibino, it said?
No, this
Urabe.
guy. This guy is Principal Urabe. The thing is that I had a professor in college that looked exactly like this guy. Except, you did... Okay, so you know how you make the Hamada thing, how you kind of... Well, no, it's kind of the reverse of, like, you make his face squishy. Yes.
So Kamata would be if you squished his face from the top to the bottom. So you're saying this guy would be squished from left to right?
Yes.
On the sides.
His face is already tall. So that must have been a really tall-faced man.
So is there a third character that you guys are going to describe as squished from front to back?
Let me post Hamada just so you kind of get an idea.
Flat top pancake, and what would the name of the third one be?
Just hold on to that thought, Frank. We haven't hit peak bougie yet.
Haven't we?
In terms of Urabe.
Ah, fair. I want to be the sidekick. Let me be the sidekick. The sidekick.
Wait.
That's not at all what I said, but alright.
I posted the two pictures of the images.
Wait, why the hell did you say that, teacher? You know... She'll be back, they always come back. I've met with many crimes myself, and the moment that you tell them that it's too dangerous, they always come back.
Okay, I'm on chapter 4, okay.
How many chapters are there?
I believe there are 11 chapters. There is very
Okay.
much a natural breaking point where we're going to get to tonight.
About a third of the way in.
Oh, we're doing a two-parter?
Yes.
I mean, the
Okay.
title says part 1.
When I get to it, it will also make sense why it's 2 parts.
So wait, they're saying the ghost is Shinobu?
Eventually.
The Shinobu was all bloodied when Hayama saw her. Remember?
I mean,
Or at
the
least
poison was pretty rough.
the schoolgirl that she thought that was... or that she thought that maybe since... Oh, she disappeared, that must have been... Shinobu. I don't think that was actually Shinobu.
Great, now I've got Alice Cooper's song Poison playing in my head.
Okay, so... Okay, one of these things.
But at what time?
What is it then?
Hmm.
Well, the school is the side of the murder. Or the side of the body disposal, whichever.
Mm-hmm.
If only I allowed her to run headlong into danger.
So the running theory is that
Oh.
while Shinobu is being murdered, they scared somebody else, thus bringing to fruition the rumor of the girl.
Yeah. That's Yeah, it's kind of what it was implying there.
Hmm.
Oh,
I've made a breakthrough. Let me guess, it's Tasaki.
oh.
Ding dong. Wow, you're really good at figuring out that the incredibly suspicious person is incredibly suspicious. Well done, here's a cookie.
I love that he doesn't look any younger.
Well, that was the thing from a few days ago. Or, like, from yesterday. Last Ring of Wall 15 years ago. Or were they talking about which one?
I got this information from this reliable source that probably has nothing to do with any of this.
Reliable source.
Reliable source.
Checked out.
Now we've got no leads.
Sweet. Milk here.
Don't you love it when characters reveal exposition that essentially seems like it's definitely a deliberate setback?
Okay, so yes, he was repairing the crumbled wall at the time of the Canadian murder.
I prefer it when they lose all of my items for arbitrary reasons.
Yeah, but then they're in a box and you get them all back. It's great.
Alright, let's go to the high school.
I'd love to see the high school. Oh, but what do Ramen and Tasaki have to say about each other?
A peculiar alibi.
Mm-hmm.
An unreadable font.
Readable font.
Oh!
What?
Oh.
Oh no! Okay.
As you all know, principals ascend to a higher plane of existence during classes.
Of course, how else would they be able to communicate with the dark gods of teaching?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason now I'm thinking of the janitor from Weird Al's music video of Smells Like Nirvana, where he's just dancing with the mop. I don't know why.
Okay. Just in case.
Just sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
The paranoia
Makes
has taken
sense.
deep, just like a poison!
It's paused enough on me that I'm starting to get suspicious.
What,
Oh,
you think it's
there.
poison too?
No.
You're right. That's suspicious. Like, it might seem like a throwaway line, but it could be possible that Urabe has something to do with it if he wanted him to plaster the wall up, specifically that night.
And nope.
I hear a dog.
So, yes. Yeah, so Genjiro's a smidge of a, bone shark.
Hmm.
No.
The worst kind of shark. Doesn't even swim.
Oh, maybe one more time.
Can you check anything about him?
Oh, that's...
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. He looked like super freaked out. I wasn't sure if something new had happened.
Yep.
So it looks like he's done. And no more thanks.
Wait, what? That's...
I think you gotta somehow calm the guy? Somehow?
How the hell can you calm him down? What are you supposed to bring him? Maybe like, is there like any particular item
actually,
that he's...
why don't we try this?
Just leaving?
That'll
We're
calm him the
also
fuck
go in
down.
here and then check. Let's check here.
It's just not the right color.
He just can't calm down. I wonder why he's so agitated. I keep pointing my gun at him, but he doesn't stop.
I wonder if those were originally in 24-hour time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're assuming this is AM.
That's PM.
Yeah, this is PM. And the question is, were they originally like that, or were they,
Right. Well, this is PM. Holy shit! So that means that he plastered the wall almost at midnight.
Yep.
Yep. That's why he couldn't see that the plaster he was using was not the same color as the wall, probably.
Well, no, because plaster is never the same color as the wall. It's usually a bit
No, I
lighter
mean,
until it dries.
it's been a while. He should have painted that over by now. Is my
Right.
Somebody should have painted that over by now.
Are you kidding me,
Here we
Tyrion? I should be going to bed at 8 p.m. every day.
Let's check. This.
9 is late.
No, but that's 9 a.m. that Tyrion
No.
is talking about.
Oh, I thought Tyrion meant 9 p.m.
No, that says 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes are shut.
Ah, let's take a look at that.
Wait, he left?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tasaki's gone.
Yoink.
Huh. Let's see what's inside.
Up.
Oh, damn it!
What you doing there? I can't
What are
believe
you
it.
doing? I mean, aren't you a detective?
Wait, what? I don't think that's how that. Okay.
And he took his bag with him.
Oh, okay.
His bag of toys. Of
Damn.
murder toys. That's how it works, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, check this thing. And then there's just. Actually, I wonder if. Oh.
Who is this old man? What do you want to ask him about?
I want to ask him about that alligator suit he's got going on.
You know, I never really did notice the suit that he had.
That looks like some alligator skin.
The
It
chainmail.
Looks like it's just a pattern to me, but alright. Insights?
Yeah.
Maybe ask about Urabe? He's so old.
Probably know Urabe.
Urabe and Tasaki, both. Heck, actually, because he was walking by, maybe he knows where Tasaki just left with his bag. He looks like some sort of famous actor, does he?
No shit.
I guess the only thing you have left to ask is more about Urabe and more about Tasaki.
Well, did you asked them about the others, right? Yoko.
Oh no, Ayumi! Now we have to find Ayumi.
Oh no.
Players!
Players.
My mind plays so many tricks.
Oh, okay, so...
Wait. We remind.
So
Okay.
Yoko was querying this guy.
Yeah, Yoko is basically, we're on her trail. She found out everything about, like, Genjiro and,
Urabe.
yeah.
Can we ask about Yoko?
Nope.
So we know Kenjiro is a loan shark at the very minimum, but what does that have to do with Urabe and the plastering wall?
We'll find out.
Maybe they're hiding money behind the wall.
They've got to have money.
I legit have never played this game, so I'm just throwing wild ass theories out there.
Okay. Oh?
Show? Yeah, there you go. Show it again, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be Yoko. Maybe we need to leave now.
Any more thinks?
Nope.
Do we even know who this is?
It's just a person.
An old man that was walking by.
There you go.
Later, alligator suit dude.
Mm-hmm.
Moker. I'm
Okay.
close. Moker? What the hell was I saying?
Poker.
No, don't copy
Ah.
that. Ding dong, ping pong. Time to see if Ayumi's still alive.
She must be, because I haven't killed her yet.
We're not gonna kill her.
We're gonna kill her. We're the murderer. We've been the murderer the entire time.
We're not the murderer the entire time.
Okay, it turns out that she was actually working on the radio, and what actually killed her was video.
Am I gonna work Starson in there?
Oh. Oh.
Let's have a flashback where only I fade the black.
I'm hearing a doggo again. That was good.
I'm hilarious. That's why I'm a teacher instead of a stand-up comedian. Or a Mansai comedian.
Lately?
I can't believe Urabe just vanished into thin air.
How did this soup get here?
Are you implying that he became soup?
Yes. Exactly. It's a special power. Soup man.
He's buying
Yeah, but
clothes at the soup
I think
store.
The
I think
powers
the
of Kamino
principals-
Bisque are at my command.
I think the principal's had his own office. The soup wouldn't be here in the staff room. You goof.
But he's a soup. He can go wherever he wants.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's exactly how. Well, no, Liquid can't move at all, in any way. It just.
I mean, there's a lot of rules for liquids in particular to how they move, but
There are
in
a lot of rules
particular-
for liquids on how they move. Okay.
In particular, I don't think a bowl of soup, assuming that it's not just a puddle of soup on the floor that nobody's cleaning because the janitor has also been acting funny lately.
No, the janitor's also soup. You don't understand.
So there's just 2 puddles of soup lying around here.
Exactly. Like
No.
that's what the girl who stands behind is. It's something that makes you into soup.
That's the worst premise for a horror film I've ever heard.
Not until somebody comes around with a spoon, then you're fucked.
Okay.
Do we have to wait for what's his face? No, okay, we don't. Oh, here I am.
Your dialogue changed color.
Yeah, because those are, I don't know why they change color sometimes.
Well, the blue is his internal thoughts, but normally it's supposed to be a white font. But his outspoken font was kind of a yellowish color.
Hmm.
See?
All right, let's see.
So now we need to find Hayama?
Yep.
No, Urabe.
No, we need. Well,
No, we have to
finding
find
Hayama.
Hayama to ask her if she ran through here the night that she saw the bloody shenanigan. I mean, the bloody shinobigan.
Bloody shenanigans. These murders are nothing more than bloody shenanigans.
I mean, they kind of are, really.
I moved to recategorize murder as bloody
That's an
shenanigans.
asshole.
Can you like flip a desk on him?
No, unfortunately.
I mean,
At least be able to dump his books.
his desk is against the wall, so unless we like go outside and somehow manage to wedge our fingers in between the wall,
Just like pry the window open just so you can flip his stupid fucking desk.
I mean, we could flip the desks in the middle on him, I guess.
You can just stand him up, put some books in his hand, and smack them out.
But that would inconvenience other teachers more than this guy. You could pull the chair out from under him. That would probably work.
Or you could flip the chair, just pick it up and fling it while he's in it.
I mean, at that point, you probably already smacked his head on the desk, and you probably are gonna have to be escorted from the premises for being a violent individual.
Well, they'd escort us if they actually saw it. How are they going to prove that it happened?
Because I assume you wouldn't just
There we go.
manage to kill this guy and, you know, dispose of the body in the same movement.
Maybe he just slipped on a puddle of soup.
You and your soups.
Hey, it could be a puddle of poison. I don't know.
What? No!
Poison soup. It's all coming full circle, my friends.
I think we have to ask her to leave here because every time that this guy is still looking this way, she's going to refuse to speak about the girl in back.
Yep.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to speak about the wall either. Can we talk to this guy and convince him to leave somehow?
Throw
Well-
books at him till he leaves.
No, like change speak to and speak to this guy and tell him to go away.
I like that you can do the ask about, and then when you run out of options, it doesn't let you ask those options again, so it shows you that you can't do them anymore. You figured everything out so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it doesn't look like we can actually ask him to leave. I appreciate that you keep trying though.
Okay, choose go to teacher, and then choose flip him.
Just flip it out the window so we can have a private conversation, huh?
Not his desk, not his chair. Just pick him up as a person and flip him the fuck out of the school.
Okay.
Is there something that we can... Oh.
Well, that helped.
Yeah, that didn't help. From the look of his jersey, it says he's a gym teacher. Great.
Tell him there's somebody in the gym who's not climbing the rope.
Don't mind me.
Okay.
What do we do, Lolo?
Okay, let's see.
Like, I feel like we need to get
Yeah.
people to go.
What about Hibino?
Oh, I don't think he's here.
Hibino isn't here.
Yeah.
Now we can't leave either, so we can't, like, motion
Yep,
for her to
here we
follow
go.
us.
Wait. Okay, so we've already figured that.
I don't know why it took us this long. Like, I don't know why we had to think about that. She already told us this much herself.
The action flags in these types of games can be really goddamn stupid.
Can we...
Yeah. Here.
Okay. So we can't just speak to her from here, like, Miss Hayama!
No, we can't yell
Come out
into
to
the
this
window.
abandoned lot out behind the school! I know you've told me all you think you know, but I want you to that wall. Tell me about the wall.
Well,
Yep.
it's a pretty good album. There are a couple of rough tracks on it, but
No.
You know. Really? I suppose I may have case.
Mr. Tazaki.
I think you have to keep talking about the wall. Okay, I think that's about it. We need other finger jams. Insights, maybe?
Insights.
Think? Oh.
Oh.
Good. Try thinking.
Don't do that, it will hurt.
Oh no, we're gonna get the flashback again.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's new, actually. So whoever has the shoe must be the killer, or at least the wall plasterer.
Alright, so all we have to do is take her other shoe and start putting it on other people's feet until we find the killer.
I don't think that
No,
they would warn
it was
the
her.
shoe if they took it. Oh, hello.
It's like Cinderella, but with murderers.
Oh no, a spooky spookum. Right there. Casting a shadow, even though the shadow should be on the wall that isn't facing us instead of on the floor there. Check. Boop.
Who there?
Oh no, it was Tasaki. And the wall became extremely thin in comparison to him.
Like this dramatic music.
I wish I could find it, but I only have about 30-degree peripheral vision. Fuck!
Well,
Well, he ran by, and now we have to chase him. Oh no. He escaped.
Even she's disappointed in you. Jeez.
Let's see.
She pulls out Tasaki from a bag.
It's the perfect licking your wounds music.
Do you?
Well, do you?
Oh,
Do you?
me?
Maybe.
Do you think Mr. Tasaki is totally guilty?
Whoops.
So how guilty do you think Tazaki is? Press 1 for guilty. Press 2 for...
WWYD. What would Yoko do?
Why did Tazaki do it?
Why are you making coffee yourself? It's gonna be all salty. You cried into my coffee. Why would you do this? Salty.
I said I wanted sugar with it, damn it! Uh-oh.
Oh no! Japanese is appearing on the windows.
Yeah.
Loco, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
So, about the original release of this game. When it originally came out, you got part 1 for the Famicom Disk System. There is a part 2, which you had to buy a month later.
Oh shit.
This right here is the end of part 1.
When you get drugged?
Yes.
Ayumi, why would you drug me like this? Why would you cry into my coffee with your narcoleptic tears?
Man, I can't believe Lolo is fucking drugged.
Sasaki was so suspicious that I tried to chase him. He ran away very quickly.
Told you it was poison.
I don't think it's poison, it's just sleepy juice.
Nope, it's poison.
Sleepy juice.
Poison is sleepy juice. Poison will put you to sleep.
I mean, most poison will have that sort of effect, but
Oh.
usually it doesn't paralyze your lungs.
With that,
Uh-huh. Ding dong.
comes part 2, which will continue next week.
Nice.
Yeah, we are halfway through the game now. The thing with the first part is that it starts a smidge slow. But yeah, if you tune in, let me continue. If you tune in next week, you will see that the story picks up quite a bit. Things start to happen at a pretty rapid pace. Tune in again for that episode, which, should be next week. Have a good night.
Good night, other peoples.
If you would like to keep up to date with Retro Rank Rhapsody, you can follow me on Twitter at LoloDePuzzlo, or join my Discord server by going to the URL discord.ldp.life. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stop by again.